How I lost 70 pounds in 90 days. What up, what up, what up? Joshua Finley here, aka Juice. I lost 70 pounds in 90 days back in July 2012. I was 26 years old and it has been 8 years. When I was younger, I was never athletic. I was never anybody who took nutrition seriously. Never played any sports. I'm 5'8". I was also 5'8" pretty much from when I was in grade 9. I always thought that I was gonna have some sort of a growth spurt. It just never happened. And I was never a big guy. I was kind of more of a slim built. I had a clothing brand in high school. That was me. That was my thing. Sell t-shirts, trade sneakers, hang with my boys every day. We go to the mall. I didn't hit the gym. I didn't do any of that stuff. When I turned 19, I started clubbing. So with clubbing comes alcohol. Alcohol comes the late nights and late night eating. So from the age of 19 till about 25, I was rapidly involved in the Toronto nightlife scene as a club promoter. A lot of times I was drinking a lot of beer, a lot of alcohol, eating a lot of fast food and late night Chinese food. You know, for my Toronto folks out there, going to Hung Shing, Watu's, and I was going to these spots all the time. $2 hot dogs after the club, 3 o'clock in the morning. I was going to Denny's, McDonald's, Tim Hortons, Burger King, you name it. But I mean like every day. 7 days a week. Chicken wings, beer, fries, poutines. When Wild Wings opened up, I was a regular there. I knew all the specials. I spent a lot of money just eating food, but at the same time, I was not doing anything physical. Then when I was 26 years old, I remember telling myself that I wanted to change my life. Simple tasks for me were becoming difficult. So things like taking up the laundry, taking out the garbage, and I had no interest in anything physical. I was just like living life, you know, in the basement, dark, drinking, watching the news, chilling, waiting till the nightlife so I can go party. I felt like I was a hermit during the day and I'd come alive during the night. It was in July, I was at a party, I was at a club, and I was having a conversation with someone, telling them, I need to change my life. Whatever I'm doing, I just know that this is not the end all for me. Like, I know that this can't last forever. And then there was a girl who was overhearing my conversation. We're complete strangers. Her name is Alicia. So shout out to Alicia. She then was like, hey, you should join this gym. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, no, I'm serious. I'm a trainer at this gym. She's like, it's called Athletic Leaders Kettlebell Club. Go there tomorrow. Here's the address. Here's the number. Ask for the owner. His name's Granville Mayers. Tell him I sent you. What's a kettlebell? And I'm in a party. I'm drinking, doing my thing. So anyways, the next day I went. I'm hungover. I was partying the night before. I go, it's a Friday, I'll never forget it. Because at the time I also used to do a party called Wet Bar Thursdays. For people watching and you remember Wet Bar Thursdays. So I was a promoter there, downtown Richmond Peter Street. So, you know, shout out to my Toronto people who used to party Richmond Peter. And I go there, it was Granville, there was another coach named Danielis, and they were trying to teach me how to do a kettlebell swing. Mind you, I'm 225, I'm 5'8". I'm exhausted, I'm hungover, I'm just like, I don't even know why I'm here. But obviously it happened for a reason. And I was in pain, I couldn't swing the belt properly, I'm sweating, my back was hurting, I'm exhausted. I'm in so much pain. Then Granville says to me, pain is only weakness leaving your body. And I'm like, whoa. Say that again. And it was like the second I heard that, my mind, because like a switch turned on in my mind, and like I went into like, I can do this. Like, I know for a fact now, because I'm in a lot of pain and I need to get strong. So if pain is weakness leaving the body, then I'm going to get stronger the more I come here. From that point on, it was like a mental switch, like cold turkey, everything. Me eating out every night, drinking beer every night, drinking Hennessy every night, Grey Goose every night, lack of sleep. I knew all that had to change. So I immediately changed my lifestyle. I had to reassess my habits, reassess, you know, what's in my fridge, what I'm putting into my body. I used to have a cooler in my trunk with beer in it, so that anywhere I am, I can just pop ice in there and I could be ready to go anywhere. I didn't have anywhere to go, but I'd be ready if I was invited to a friend's house. I'd have a 6-pack in the car at all times, pop some ice in there, head on over with my Red Stripes. I used to love Red Stripes. I was drinking like 6 a day at one point. So then I stopped drinking and I just kept going to this gym. I was going 3 days a week and I became sort of a poster boy, but more of like the lifestyle changed my mentality, and I was like such a positive guy, and I started to just, you know, like I was exerting positivity to everybody. And I kept telling all my friends, you gotta come to this gym with me. It's life-changing. Something about this place, I just can't stop going. Come to Athletic Leaders with me. Come to this gym. And at this time, I'm losing like 10 pounds, 15 pounds. And then Grandpa's like, all right. So he was doing this 12-week body transformation. And he's like, you should like take this serious and really make the change. So he gives me the meal plan. He tells me about this diet called the paleo diet. In a nutshell, the paleo diet pretty much is what you eat is all the things that the earth naturally provides. You got to think like a caveman. Whole grains, fruits and vegetables that grew from the ground and or trees, chicken, fish, things that they can catch, and legumes. They were eating things that were not made in a laboratory, things that you cannot get in a box, in a can. I cut out the starches, I cut out the sugars, I cut out the salts, I cut out the fast food, I cut out the alcohol, and I started eating chicken breasts, greens, broccoli, spinach, kale. I started educating myself about the nutritional value of vegetables and fruits, and I mean really educating myself. I would spend 30 minutes a day, every single day, Googling nutrition facts, and I did that for months. Even to this day, I still do. When I start to educate myself, I start to apply it to my lifestyle. So no diss to people who are vegetarians, vegans, keto, or any other diets out there, but for me, I lost 70 pounds in 90 days strictly following the paleo diet. I started doing kettlebell training, barbell training, body weight training. We never did jogging, long distance jogs. We did sprints. We did uphill sprints. So we were doing like ballistic training. We were putting our bodies into like extreme fat burning mode while building muscle at the same time. Those watching at home, get into kettlebell training, but you got to learn from the correct person. You can't just learn from, you know, anybody. Certified trainers is the way to go when it comes to kettlebell training. After training at Athletic Leaders, in 90 days, I was down from 225 to about 150. 155, and I felt great. I was shredded. I had abs for the first time in my life, and it's been 8 years. I'm not training 2 hours a day, 7 days a week anymore. It's a lifestyle. My lifestyle has changed drastically. I have a daughter now. I have a 10-month-old. You know, her being involved in the picture now. I can't train every day as much as I want to, or where I want to, when I want to. I can't go to the gym for 2-3 hours at a time. I gotta make it work. And while you're watching this video, we're currently going through the COVID-19 quarantine. So I'm actually home all the time now, but now I'm figuring out how to adapt again to change. Doing a lot of body weight exercises. So push-ups, pull-ups, body weight squats, left side plank, right side plank, low plank, high plank, hip openers, mobility warm-ups. It's endless. You just gotta educate yourself. Just educating yourself on the healthy lifestyle habits that you can make that can be beneficial to your life before you reach that point where a doctor is going to tell you that you have health issues. So this video is pretty much to motivate you and inspire you. I believe that we can change the world together. Each one teach one. I'm still a student of strength. I have 2 kettlebell certifications. I have an Agatsu certification and a Strong First certification, and I live by kettlebells. A lot of it is mindset, it's mentality, and you have to want it. You have to believe, you know, you can do it. So you never tell yourself you can't do it. When it comes to health and fitness, can't is not a word. I don't believe in the word can't, and I don't want to sound cliche, but can, and I believe you can do it. You know, speaking from myself and my personal experience, I was somebody who never thought that I was able or capable to do the things that I did and still can do to this day. 60-inch box jumps, dunking, sprinting 100-meter dash, but like I can do it over and over and over and over. Running uphill 20 times, heavy med ball slams. The kettlebell training that I had to do and endure was insane when I took the Strong First certification. You know, being as a club promoter, I would get home at 4 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 5 a.m. And at the time I was going to the gym for 9 a.m. Monday through Saturday, and then Sundays I would go at 10 a.m. But I would do swimming, basketball, and more like barbell training on Sundays. So I was going 7 days a week. I basically told myself that I have to do this. I don't have any other options. When I woke up in the morning and I felt tired, I immediately just got out of bed. I didn't lay in bed anymore. I didn't just hang around, go on my phone, open up my laptop. I didn't do anything. I just jumped up out of bed and I started to build a routine of brush my teeth, change, and out the door. My mindset had to be something that it was like a continuous voice in my brain telling myself, I have to keep going. I cannot stop. Listening to the motivational books I was listening to, I remembered hearing Eric Thomas say, you didn't come this far to only come this far. But these little things in my head, I would tell myself that. I'd wake up in the morning and say, you did not come this far to only come this far. You have to keep going. So when I was like a month into my transformation, I had maybe lost 20 pounds and I knew I had a goal. I'd wake up 3 hours, 4 hours of sleep, and I would be out the door. And I know that sleep is important, but because of the job that I had as a promoter, I would be getting home naturally at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, but I was no longer eating late nights and I was no longer drinking alcohol. I remembered, always having that inner voice telling me, stop at McDonald's, grab yourself something small, go to Burger King. I had these small voices and I have to tell myself, no, go home, you're not hungry. My stomach would be growling because I would be there for 4 or 5 hours, but I had to mentally clock in and tell myself, I'm not hungry right now. I have goals and I need to achieve them. It was extreme, but I knew that's what I had to do in order to achieve the goals that I wanted. My lifestyle had to change drastically. There was many months where I didn't see a lot of my friends. I knew I had to sacrifice the patios, the chicken wings, the beer, the bottles in the clubs. I had to sacrifice it all because I knew that I did not need those calories, and I knew that those were the same habits that made me gain weight in the first place. So I simply just made sacrifices. I had this big 2-liter red container of water. I would fill it up every day with lemons. So I replaced my day drinking for drinking water. So my goal every single day from the minute I woke up till I got to bed was to finish this 2-liter container of water. And I remember before that, I just found I was never thirsty. But once I started drinking the water, it became, my mind was like, I have to drink this much water because I did not want to have the alcohol cravings or the bad food cravings. A lot of times you think you're hungry, but you're really just dehydrated, you're really just thirsty. I cut out the pop, no juice, no alcohol. I wasn't drinking any tea or coffee, no dairy products, just water only. The circle of influence is very important. I know a lot of people, and I find that when I was a bigger guy, I didn't have certain people in my life. It's nobody's fault. I don't put the blame on someone else because it's all you. But I find that when I started hitting the gym, my circle slowly also changed and I started hanging around other men and women who wanted to achieve the same goals as me. So on my weekends, when I was usually out partying and drinking, I'm hanging around certain people that wanted to just better their lifestyles with me. And that was extremely motivating because now I'm around guys that didn't drink alcohol, don't go to clubs or parties, that don't eat late nights. But my circle expanded where I now had people in my life, just positive influences that were now feeding me things that are better for my mind and for my body. So you matter. It is about you. You know what I'm saying? What's in your heart? And I'm not here trying to preach to anybody, but hey, I made insane sacrifices. I changed my circle, I added to it, took away from it, and my life only became better. And I'm happy. Before, I feel like I always had this kind of dark cloud over my life. Even though I had a smile, it's crazy, but I felt like because I was so overweight, inside I didn't feel like this is the way I should be looking and feeling. So I felt like I would turn to alcohol to always have this kind of, get this feeling, but now it's like a high off life, which is, if you're there, just know you gotta just sacrifice, make the changes that you want to do in order to, get where you gotta get. Maybe you just need someone to speak with, need some motivation, some inspiration. You can hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, the YouTube channel. Share this video. Let's stay positive, let's stay happy, let's stay joyful, spread joy, because that's the only way. So it's Joshua Finley here, Kamikaze Juice. I hope this video would help inspire and change someone's life. Stay safe, y'all. If you're feeling my swag, my I Hustle Hard shirt, Kamikaze brand, with the hat, www.kamikaze.com. Thanks for tuning in. Comment, like, subscribe if you're new to this channel. Don't forget, there's a little bell you can click on once you subscribe to our channel. You can get notifications every time we drop a new video. So I need you to click that bell. Close up on a bling. Get a close up on a bling. We shining, we shining, we shining, we shining, and we bang. Hey, bang it out. But bang it out. Hey, and we bang it out. Bang it out. We gonna just kick it off like that, you know what I'm saying? Real spit, dog.